Man, I don't get it. People in life are just cruel, they don't care, they just think about money and shit. It's fucked up. Everyone has the same opinion, but no one wants to do anything about it. And it's left me stuck in my car in the middle of a fucking bush with nothing, nowhere to go. I mean, everyone judges like pieces of shit. They turn around and go, oh, well, you've got no accommodation, you know, blah blah blah, how are you going to work? It's like, well, I obviously need work, so I've got more motivation than other people. Like, common sense doesn't come into it. And then, alright, basically, man, I just want to get all this shit off my chest anyway. So, I started school when I was 4. Everything was all good. Mum was very supportive then, just like teaching me the alphabet and stuff like that. Then, I started kindergarten at Putney Primary, and the teacher didn't like the fact that I got excited that I knew how to spell and stuff, so she used to give me a bit of a hard time. I brought in a watch that my granddad gave me, and she confiscated it. Just because I brought it in for show and tell. It's pretty shit. She kept me back for colouring outside the lines, just like on a drawing, and I was 4 years old. And it was like the, you know, it's just like, man, why? Yeah, so she gave me a bit of shit, and I was actually scared to go to school the next year because I didn't want to be treated like crap the way that she treated me. So my mum used to take me to school and basically have to walk me down, and I ended up helping my first grade teacher photocopy stuff and just talk to her and that. And yeah, her name was Miss Williams, the other teacher was Miss McDonald. I was always taught to share and stuff and be nice and be polite. I was always kind of a bit shy. But on the plus hand, I mean, you know, I'm a nice person. I don't give people shit. I don't steal. I don't lie. Obviously, everyone's lied like a little bit in their time, but you know, like, you know, if I was late, I'd be like, just because I slept in, I'd say, oh yeah, the bus was late or whatever. Or if the bus was late, you know, I'd be like, oh shit, you know, just sorry, or, you know, something or other. But they're just like little white lies, just like nothing bad. Anyway, Miss Williams, she was cool. So I helped her start class and stuff in the morning. So that got me back into the happiness of life. Year 2, I can't even remember the teacher's name. All I remember about year 2 was, let's see, we were doing maths, and they had these little counting blocks, so you'd have, like, you know, 10s, 20s, units, which were ones, and, you know, they were just making stuff up. So, like, you know, 20 minus 10, you get 2 10s put together, and you take one away, then obviously you're left with 10. So it was just like learning to teach maths. And so I got the basics of it, and then afterwards they said, oh yeah, you can teach yourself. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Alright. So I kind of got left behind. My sister just used to boast that I was cute and shit. I must have been a cute kid to her. She used to think of me as a teddy bear or some shit. She used to always fucking get me to do her stuff for her and muck around and play with her. Nothing bad, you know, just fucking doing dumb shit, as kids do. And we used to do like little plays and stuff for my mum. Just like make stuff up. Just like pretend to act stuff out for her. Little shows. And my dad used to do rally. So that's why I kind of like cars and whatnot. But Dad never taught me anything about cars. Didn't even teach me how to drive. Year 3, I don't know, all I remember about year 3 is, all I remember about those first couple of years is I had a friend called Michael Cheng, the Asian dude, and a friend called Apadil, some African dude, and he left in year 1, which was with Miss Williams. Yeah, year 3, I was still hanging out with Michael. If I found 10 cents, I used to share all the stuff. We used to get like 10 apricot balls. They were like apricot fruit balls, covered in coconut. And yeah, fucking, we used to just share them, just because we found 10 cents. Like, yeah, sweet. If someone came along, yeah, we'd give them one. It's like, yeah, well, why not? My mum was always pretty nice when I was a little kid. She was like, yeah, if anyone needed lunch or whatever. She actually got sacked from the school canteen for, you know, giving free lunches out to kids that left their lunches at home or whatever. Yeah, year 4, I had a teacher called Miss Sinclair. She didn't like me. She used to keep me in for lunch all the time. I can't remember why. I think it was because I didn't like... I mean, I liked singing and stuff, but she used to get us to sing John Farnham all the time, and it was repetitive. And I remember once I asked why couldn't we sing something else, not that I had anything against John Farnham, and she went off at me, and she basically had a big grudge at me because of that afterwards. So unfortunately, because of that, I haven't been a huge John Farnham fan, even though I think that he would be a pretty cool dude if I met him. I mean, I got no problem with him personally, or his music. He can sing. It's just, yeah, that shit happened. I mean, I remember crying with hunger one lunchtime just because she kept on holding me in. I don't know why people have a habit of fucking rewarding me with lunch. It's bullshit. You gotta eat. I ended up repeating year 4. I was in the choir from year 3, year 4, year 5 and year 6. I was in the A's, which was a high singing group, like, you know, highest pitch. I used to like the choir. Some kids were mucking around and I got blamed for it in one of the year 4 groups, so I had to stop for about 6 months, and then in year 5 they actually asked me back because none of the kids could really sing that well, supposedly, so she made me sign a waiver. And she asked me to sing because we used to go to an old people home and sing for them. So, yeah, that was something good. Rally stopped around year 5. Year 4, I repeated, like I said. I don't know, I was just into reading, and it was just rallies. I was just trying to keep to myself. It was just, I know, a lot of shit. I suppose just trying to recover from the past crap when I was already a little kid, you know what I mean? So I started when I was 4 in kindergarten, so what, year 1 was 5, I was 6 in year 2, 7 in year 3, and so on. So I was only, what, 9 years old. Yeah, I was just trying to focus on my schoolwork and shit, get myself back together. I was actually excited to do homework and to go into school, because I was excited about learning, because my mum used to praise me about learning a lot when I was a kid, but then from all the shit at school, it sort of turned me around, and I sort of didn't want anything to do with homework. I'd just sort of be like, oh no, not more, I just wanted a break, you know what I mean? When I was a little kid, when I was 4, I liked Rob De Castella, and what was that movie called? Chariots of Fire. And my mum bought me some Adidas, and I used to run around the block all the time. I loved it. I thought it was cool. But we were always too poor to do Little League or anything. So I never pursued it. It was just running around the block, just having fun. And apart from that, Dad was spending all his money on rallies and stuff, so that was like a hobby for the family. Like, I don't know, we had no holidays, that was all we did. Which was cool. I mean, that's why I started joining the rally group myself, just to get out of Sydney and just to, you know, be around some familiar faces and, you know, get myself back together and shit. Okay, so year 5 I started the choir again, kept on reading. Year 6 everyone was trying to create a popular group because they were thinking about high school. I just wanted to be myself and stuff around. Everyone sort of got into a trend of skateboarding back then, which was cool. I took that on as well. I loved skateboarding, so that's kind of when I started. They were thinking me of a loser, blah blah blah, like I was trying to copy him and stuff, and I just thought it was cool. Funnily enough, because I lived out of the area, I ended up meeting a dude who was a couple of years older than me. I always had older friends, and yeah, I always had older friends, and he was into skateboarding as well, so he taught me a lot about how to ollie and all that kind of crap. So they're like, oh yeah, you know, you're gonna have to come down and improve yourself, blah 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 blah, come around after school one day. So I did. I stayed over at a mate's house one night on the weekends, and we went to the school, and I could actually ollie higher than them, and they were jealous. They ended up stopping skating by the end of the year, and I just kept going because I liked it. I just thought it was fun. By then I had a dog too, by the age of 7, a Kelpie called Banjo. So that was kind of when I stopped running, but I used to pretend to do triathlons from when I was 7 till when I was about 10. We used to have a pool, and what I used to do, I used to have my BMX, and I used to jog around the block, and I used to do a couple of laps of the pool, because I mean, I love swimming. I just never really got into it. I mean, there was no competitiveness in it. I never really got taught full on. I got taught to swim how to survive, like tread water and stuff. I can swim the length like 50 meters or 100 meters, but that's about it. Nothing too full on. But I can tread water. I can tread water for like 5 minutes. But yeah, I mean, so I used to do my own little triathlons just to muck around. My parents just used to get drunk. We were like, yeah, do another lap. So I'll do 2 laps of the pool. I'll grab my bike, I'll go for a lap around the block, and then I'll go for a jog around the block, and then I'll do it again. But like I said, there was no competitiveness. They couldn't afford it or anything, so that's as far as it went. And then yeah, what was it, skateboarding? Then year 7, everyone was kind of into skateboarding and stuff. Some dudes were anyway. They were still into it. Because in high school you get to meet, it's like different people from different schools. Because you move school, it's like you know, the next stage of school life. And yeah, I don't know, I sort of didn't hang around the people from my primary school, so I was trying to make new friends, just because of all the bullshit that I went through with the, you know, when I was learning to skate and stuff. They were just like, hey, blah blah blah, you're just trying to copy us and all that kind of crap. And that wasn't the situation at all. I was just, you know, going with the flow. I just thought it was cool, so I was just like, yeah, alright, fine, why not? I loved cricket as well, but once again, I only ever did it for school, or backyard cricket. We couldn't afford doing club or anything, so I couldn't really progress in it. What else? Yeah, so I was just skateboarding. Just trying to find a girlfriend, but I was shy. And yeah, everyone stopped in year 7. They stopped skateboarding and just did their own thing. They started, like, you know, going out partying or whatever. I just skated. I ended up meeting some friends from down near where I went to primary school, which is a place called Putney. So I just started skating with them. I mean, love for me, as far as girlfriend is concerned, is a big thing. I've never really had like a long-term relationship, even though I've always wanted one. When I was 6 years old, I had a woman drop her kid off at school, and I was sitting there just waiting for some friends to turn up before school, and this lady was bawling her eyes out, and I was like, you know, what's wrong? And I gave her a cuddle. I'm just concerned, and she said, look, you know, whatever you do, just be faithful and honest and nice to your girlfriend, to your wife. I'm like, okay, you know, it's fine, because it upset me to see her in that situation, and I vowed on my life, on my soul, that that's what I was going to do. Funnily enough, some clairvoyants have actually picked it up, and that's kind of like, you know, the only thing that I have in my soul, the only thing I have inside me is just, you know, I just want to find a wife and settle down, or a girl to, you know, date and sort of have a relationship with. and just sort of like have fun with life. So yeah, see, where were we? Year 7, year 8. So yeah, I mean, I was just skating, and just like, yeah, right, I'll just wait for a girl to come along and think that I'm nice, start to talk to me and stuff, and sort of, you know, start to date whenever it's going to happen naturally. So yeah, everyone just had like a little joke because I was still skating. You're a loser, blah 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 blah. I was always too nice, too kind. You know, I'd lend people money. I'll do what people said. So they kind of picked on me a bit. I was kind of always been too easygoing. Bit of a pushover. I was gonna actually join the choir again in year 7, but because of all the new friends and whatnot, I pretended that I couldn't sing, and then I approached the music teacher afterwards and said, look, I can sing, you know, I don't mind if you do it, but, you know, can we do it after school? And she said that she already had someone that she was kind of promoting, so she didn't have time to look after me, even though she thought that I had talent. So yeah, so that's where singing stops. So that's probably another reason why I can't sing that well at the moment, just because, you know, after my voice breaking, I haven't exercised it that much. So it's kind of just fallen apart. But yeah, if I really put my soul into it, my heart, I guess I could do it again and just exercise my voice and shit. Yeah, you know, same thing, but the teachers figured out, look, you know, you're holding yourself back, you're not putting it all into your schoolwork. So they pulled me away, after a test, and they said, look, you know, let's do like a little test and, you know, sort of prove yourself. And I went really well, so they decided to upgrade me and get me away from the bottom class, because I just used to muck around with the kids and stuff, just trying to make friends, and, you know, so I was hanging around the popular kids, and they were just treating me like shit, going, oh, blah blah blah, do this, and muck around. So I was labelled a troublemaker, but I wasn't. I was just easygoing kind of thing. Yeah, so for the second half of that year, I was in like a middle group, and they were all cool with it, but then some, you know, kids from the lower classes got jealous that I got moved up. So the following year I got put back down. Just because it was causing havoc in school. People were like, you know, trying to pick on me and whatever. Year 10, I went really well. Once again, a maths teacher tried to prove this to everyone, that I was smarter than people made out. I had more potential. And he just said, look, you know, it was like the second half of the year. It was only a couple of months before the school certificate. And I was still skateboarding, by the way, still no girlfriend, still hadn't been singing. Anyway, he pulled me away and he goes, look, alright, just for these next couple of months before the school certificate, I'm going to sit you away from everyone else, and just make sure you actually write all your working out. Okay, cool, so I did it. Ended up getting 99%, so I went from the bottom of the class basically to the top in mathematics, and I'm not even a mathematician, man. I'm good at spelling and I'm pretty good with English, but maths isn't my strong point. But yeah, it was just basically just saying, yeah, if you put your mind to it, you can do it. I decided to go back and finish my HSC, which was year 11 and 12. It's because I knew a lot of the other dudes would have left to get trades. And, you know, maybe it would have eased off my back, and plus, you know, just finishing high school and all together is just, I just like to finish things once I start them. Otherwise it just doesn't feel right, you know what I mean? So yeah. Okay. So year 11, we got stuffed around with computing. The teacher didn't really, you know, our teacher didn't really teach us. We kept on getting different teachers, and I went alright in year 10. I went pretty well with computing, and that's why I took it as an elective for the second half preliminary part of high school. So yeah, they kept on changing the curriculum, and we kept on getting different teachers that would just teach us different things. So it was like restarting from the start over and over and over again. So there was no set structure to what we were doing, even though I was enjoying it. So I only learnt very, very, very basic parts of computing. Biology I really loved. I kind of got into that a little bit, but there was a few troublemakers and shit. I was cheeky. People never took me serious, or they took me serious when I wasn't being serious, and when I was being serious, they would think that I'm joking. And that happens all through my life. I have no idea why. It's just pretty shit. But year 12 was basically just an extension of that. They're just the 2 years put together for your HSC. I basically just went, alright, look, I'm just here to finish it and that's it. I didn't really care about my score. I was just skating and that's all. I was just like, yeah, look man, I'm just kind of over it. I just wanted to skate. The next 2 years after that, that's all I wanted to do as well, was just skate. And I really had to start to think about work. So I didn't know what to do. My mother suggested hairdressing just because I like talking to people. She said that, and because she suggested it, and obviously I trust my mum and I love her, so yeah, I took that on. The only thing I really wanted to do was be a vet, but obviously I hadn't studied enough to do that. Pro skater obviously, or you know, maybe be involved in something that I enjoyed, so sports or skating or you know, something like that. I mean, I'm great at encouraging people, great at helping people, so I'm kind of too nice for my own good, so that's probably, you know, a good thing for to help people, because I'll actually go out of my way for them. So I started hairdressing. They actually figured that out, that I'd go out of my way for people, so they kind of used me a bit, and because I was straight and I was a skater, I didn't know who Yves Saint Laurent was and Dolce & Gabbana and stuff, so they kind of just laughed at me. This was Joe Bailey's in Double Bay. They had me a bit of a joke. They used to say, oh yeah, we're going to turn you into a sex slave and your name's going to be Jackie, and chase after you, sort of clapping quick sticks, you know, come on, quick sticks, come on, you know, type of shit, just bullying you around. Sorry. And I was one of those people that just went, alright, fine, look, if there's garbage to be taken out, or if there's shampoos to do, everyone's tired, look, fuck it, I'll just do it, just get it done, boom, boom, boom. If someone needs to know something, or they want to find something out, I'll go search the person down and just go, look, you know, this client wants to know, you know, what's used for hair, blah, 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 blah. So I'll just go out of my way and I'll just do it just so the client knows, you know what I mean? And that way I got to learn as well. So I got rewarded lunch a lot, just because I had to prove myself to them, and I was doing all the extra work, a lot of the extra work, and yeah, I kind of just got held back. We needed models to do our hair on, to like train on, so we had to ask people, say, look, you know, do you want a free haircut? Do you want, you know, it wasn't haircuts back then because we were learning, so it was like semi-permanents, permanents, tints, semis, same shit. Blow dries. It's like, you know, do you want to come in? Boom, 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 boom. So I don't know if people just didn't take me serious or what, but yeah, for some reason, a lot of the people that I asked sort of said yeah, but they wouldn't come in. It's like they were just saying it out of politeness, or they just weren't taking me seriously. And yeah, that kind of hurts, man, because that held back my training, especially with my mum and my sister and the rest of my family. Because I would even go, look, you know, I was showing this, can I practice on your hair? Oh no, they'll show you. It's like, yeah, I want to keep practicing. They showed me and they said to keep practicing. No, it's alright, they'll show you. And they wouldn't come in, but they'd come in and pay $300 to get their hair done, because they wanted to go to salons that, you know, celebrities go to and shit. And here I am trying to make a career out of myself, and they're just fucking making a mockery out of me, basically. And I find that even now, and people look at me and it's like, you're straight, look at the way you dress, you know. Even though it's still trendy, and all the kids, you know, like it, it's like fashionable, you know, it's skateboarding and shit. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's not like slobby or anything. But, you know, and I even changed my dress sense for them. After a while, they made me stop skateboarding, because they thought, oh, what if you break your ankle, you won't be able to go to work. You know, blah blah. You know, just why don't you just concentrate purely on your hairdressing? You know. So I started trying to buy nicer clothes and trying to dress nicer and stuff like that, which I did. And then they tried to make me more camp, just to fit in with the salon. I just didn't agree with that. I sort of went along with it for a little while, then after a while it's just like, nah man, it's not me. Just take me as who I am. I'm a nice person, I'm going my way for the clients and for you guys. Yeah, I was still stuck in that whole no lunch, being treated like a slave kind of bullshit. Yeah, so I had a few jobs as well, hairdressing mostly. I've done that for 12 years. When I finished my apprenticeship, I did vet nursing for a little while. I actually got a credit in my TAFE, and I got third in my year. So yeah, I went really, really well. So I've been trained really well, but people just still like to judge. It's like, you know, like, they just got this weird thing. They just like to always test me, even though I can prove that I know what I'm doing, and that I know about what I'm doing. I'm not just making it up. They just like to test me for some reason, and just sort of like hold me back, and just sort of like give me shit. And it always comes back to no lunch as well. So it gave me hypoglycemia, and it makes me, like, you know, like the starvation is just stuffed. So when you're getting pressured like that and you're not eating, you know, you're trying to not to snap, just like, look man, I'm hungry, blah blah blah, can you sort of have a bit of understanding, be a bit humane? And they turn around and say, look, yeah, you're the employee, I'm the employee, you have to do what I say. And I'm just like, yeah, you got a point, fuck, you know, rather than causing an argument, fuck it, I'll just do it. So yeah, it sort of fucked me over. Anyway, so I did vet nursing for a little while. It was kind of emotional. The dog came in, that was 2 weeks old. Little baby Audrey, she's now 9. There she is. She's my little girl. I bottle fed her, and she thinks that I'm her mum, and she follows me everywhere. She's very faithful. That's why she's with me now, in the car in the middle of the bush. No work, no accommodation, trying to get ourselves back on our feet somehow. All I've really got is the random internet, and hoping that someone cares to give us a second chance. Yeah, so on top of that, I tried security. I don't know what happened with that. There was just like a little bit of an argument. I was just like, look, fuck, you know, I'd rather leave than cause arguments. It's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. Fuck, I mean, I'm a caring person. I mean, I should be I should be alive, I should be helping people, I should be, you know, living. I mean, I'm alive, but, like, fuck, you know, there's so much more potential. Because of the whole starvation thing, because I've sort of put myself out for people. I've lived on a friend's couch and sort of like given him, like, basically my whole paycheck so he can pay off his bills and shit, and they're like eating in front of me, and basically it's just another starving thing, and I'm down to 52 kilos. I was fucking disgusting. There's a breastbone, I'll show you. There's a breastbone under your pec, like here. It sticks out a little bit more than the rest of your ribs, so you can see it there. And yeah, so it's where your pec sits on. It's the bone right there. It looks like a boob, but it's not. It's actually a chest. So it's basically that bone right there that the pec actually sits on. That rib. That pec, or both pecs actually, not just that one. But they were half the size. That bone was twice the size of my, of my actual muscle. That's how skinny I was. I was living on a chocolate bar a day, sometimes if that, sometimes once every 2 days. I was just passing out from hunger all the time. My friends were eating pizza in front of me, and I was giving them the money so they could actually get the pizza and pay their bills off and, do all that kind of shit. But they wouldn't even give me a piece, you know what I mean? I mean, that's like so-called friends for you. It's like, what the fuck? They're the type of friends that I've had in my life. Not very encouraging, man. That's why they're not around to help me out in this situation right now. It's basically full of shit. So anyway, I got the shits with it. My friend said, look, one of my old school friends, he was disgusted at it, and he just said, man, that's wrong. He ended up being another so-called friend, but I mean, he had enough morals to do that. Sort of taught me a little bit about weights and stuff. So I was eating protein powder and trying to get myself, at least that way I was getting nourishment, and then trying to get myself, back together again, just to put some weight on me. I ended up turning around. This is after and in between. It was before vet nursing, and then it was after that I started gym. So all this was happening before I started vet nursing. I did vet nursing, then afterwards I was like, yeah, right, fuck it, I'm going to take this gym shit seriously. So I started doing it seriously, and I just stopped my career for like 3 years. I was like, look man, 52 kilos, I'm still passing out. It's fucking enough's enough. I'm sick of being bullied. Fuck the friends, or the fake friends. I'm just going to spend my money on food and just concentrate on the gym, and that's it. So I went to a gym. They helped me out. They were really nice. Vince and Roz's. They were like really cool people. And I was training for about 3 to 5 years solid, at least 3 days a week minimum, whether I liked it or not. And I loved it. Put some size on. Slowly I worked my way up to, over about 3 to 5 years, up to 80 or so kilos. Got some size and strength back. And then some other friends, like I bumped into some old friends, and they kind of didn't really pick on me for a little bit, so I was kind of like, alright, cool, I might be able to trust them. Then all of a sudden they started going, oh, you're on steroids, whoa. And just hearing that over and over again, it's just like, look, just fucking, no, I'm not on steroids, I'm sick of fucking telling you, just shut up, dudes, just get along. Stop being so childish. And eventually you start snapping back at them anyway, just like, look man, just fucking stop with the bullshit. I've told you over and over again. Like, how can I prove to you that I'm not on steroids? I'm going to keep going to the gym and keep training anyway. So it's just that they've always seen me skinny, because I've always been sort of like, starved. And when I went off skateboarding, I mean, I'm a small person, small to medium build, but I've got muscle structure, so obviously I'm like a mesomorph, so I did happen to inflate a little bit, and bonus for me. So yeah, they got the wrong idea, and I was excited about gym because it gave me so much benefits and it was positive. So yeah, I mean, I love that stuff. I used to love on Wide World of Sports, watching all the bodybuilders and stuff, especially the strongmen. Also, I love sports. I used to love watching it. I was growing up around car racing and stuff. They used to watch Formula 1 and V8 supercars all the time. And that was basically it. Like cricket every summer. Yeah, AFL. I liked, rugby league as well. Rugby union. Like pretty much all sports. Like I said, I used to do mini triathlons for myself when I was fucking 7, 8, 9 years old, just for fun. It wasn't anything strenuous, wasn't anything big or cool, but it was something to do. So in a way it kind of was cool. Not many people would do that kind of thing. So I've always been kind of fit. So yeah, anyway, so I got some size back together, I got some positiveness, they started to give me shit again. Then all of a sudden, some demotivation came, or like, it was more people stopping my routine in gym and deliberately trying to pull me out of it. Oh, I really need help with this, can you help us out? Yeah, alright, fine, So at the start it was like, nah, I'll do it after the gym, I'll do it after the gym, I'll do it after the gym. And then they tried to make it out as if it was really important, and then sometimes you get there and it wasn't, and you're like sitting there for hours just like waiting for them to get you to help them with something, and there was literally nothing from. They're just like, oh no, I've already done it. It's like, fuck, you could have called me up or something, or told me when I got there, so I could go to the gym and fucking then come back and hang out with you if you wanted me to hang out. So yeah, they started to sabotage my routine. Mum started going to the gym, and she started going, look, she couldn't be bothered with fucking dinners and shit like that, eating small and stuff. And I was eating like 6 proper meals a day. I was cooking myself spaghetti bolognese, and eating like, a pizza for lunch. Spaghetti bolognese is like, after breakfast. It's like a morning snack kind of thing. And I'm talking like a full bowl. I was having like 4 bacon and egg sandwiches before I actually go training. Protein shakes in between all these. I was eating heaps, man. I was eating like 2 bowls of bolognese sometimes. I was downing like 2 pizzas. A lot of it wasn't healthy, I admit. But I was eating, and I was putting on weight, and I was putting on size. And I didn't really get that fat. So I was kind of catching up from the starvation. And then started a hairdresser again, and once again they started sabotaging my fucking lunch. In between that, I tried to do a personal training course because I wanted to be around gym because it was just positive and I could see the benefits, and because it helped me a lot. I was like, damn man, like, I want to help people, and it helped me. And so, I'm proof, and then that way I can sort of encourage them and help them in whatever way possible. Unfortunately, just not having the money in my life, I wasn't able to do it and complete it. So I did part of it, got some knowledge out of it, as much as I could afford, and then that was it. I'd love to be a personal trainer, but I don't have the money to do a course or anything. Yeah, and I like wearing tracksuits too, so benefit. And sports clothes, I love runners, man. I've always loved runners, just had some weird obsession about running shoes and skate shoes. Just the technology that goes into them, the design of them. They look like shoes, but when you actually analyse them, every part of the sole, different parts of it, are for different reasons, for a structural purpose. Even like, the mesh is like a airflow for your feet, so that your feet stay cool and stuff. They make them as light as possible. I just think it's amazing. I just think it's cool. It's just one of those silly little things. But obviously, like Robert De Castella and Chariots of Fire, obviously, I guess it's natural, right? Man. And then I've just kind of been going round in circles ever since then. I tried to last year try nursing. That's basically been up to now. Like I said, so since I was 14 I was kind of copping shit, so that's what, 20 years, I'm 34. Or actually technically 30 years if you want to count it from kindergarten. So I started when I was 4. So so anyway, I wanted to try nursing because when we moved in to where my mum moved to this place, because my sister's really greedy and keeps on borrowing money off her, and so she was running broke, and basically they couldn't afford the house anymore, so they ended up renting another place. I don't know what we were just saying, maybe the house is like haunted or it's fucking bad luck or something, because my stepdad was getting fucked over in there. He got a gangrene toe My mum slipped over, hurt his wrist. He slipped over, hurt his wrist. And I was just having bad situations there. Not sleeping, stressing out. I mean, I had one time where I just got like really shaky and just slipped over, and it was like a hypoglycemia attack. And I just slipped over, and I was sort of like just lying there on my back for ages. And then all of a sudden, I sort of like came back to. And I was just like, what the fuck? So I don't know if it was haunted or what. Like, I'm not gonna blame it on that shit, but it was just fucking bizarre that all that stuff was happening. Anyway, so at one time I went to take mum to the doctors, and I saw triage nurses. I was like, hey man, maybe I could do that. At least that way they get to wear comfy shoes and stuff, and you know, I like helping people, so why not? So I decided to do a nursing course. The only thing that was available was an HSA, Health Service Assistant. I was on Centrelink payments, welfare payments, or whatever you want to call it, dole. And OH&S is their, ORS, sorry, is their little side company that is meant to help you. And they turned around and said, yeah, you can do it. Just tell us when you're going to do it. And I said, yeah, well, I'll go enroll and I'll let you know. I said, yeah, alright, well, you know, if you show us the receipt that you've paid for it and you've enrolled, we'll reimburse you. So I did that. It was like, you know, $352, and I was only getting $480 a fortnight. I showed them the receipt, and they said, no, we can't reimburse you. You meant to tell us before. I'm like, well, I did. So, but they didn't reimburse me anyway. They just kind of stuffed me over. Centrelink kept on cutting my payments off while I was starting the course. And because I like biology and stuff, I mean, I picked up the medical terminology. I picked it up really quick, so I enjoyed it. I knew a lot of it already, and so yeah, I went to Centrelink because they kept on cutting my payments off because they didn't believe that I was doing the course either. So I was showing them the receipt, a TAFE receipt. I mean, I got that stuff on me in the car if anyone really wants to find me in the middle of this bush in Billadilla, and you know, I can prove myself. So yeah, I mean, I paid for the course and I showed them. And I took the actual receipt in, and they said, no, we're not going to accept it. And she's talking to this dude, you know, he's just like, no, you can't. He was just like some random dude working behind a desk. It's like, man, he's not even a boss. Supposedly you're the manager. Like, you know, why the fuck is he having something to say stronger than you? So, yeah, so I showed them, and they said, no, you're going to have something else. I said, okay, fine, I'll ask them, but, you know, otherwise, what can I do? So I went back, and I'm almost in tears to the teacher saying, look, you know, is there a letter or something you can give me? Is there some other thing you can give me that I can prove that I'm doing the course? I mean, I had all my notes and stuff with me as well, like my folder and all my course notes and whatnot. So, the teacher said, no, it's ridiculous. What the hell are they talking about? So when I spoke to Centrelink again, I said, look, this is what the teacher said. That's the only proof that I can give, or they can give me to show. So, so they finally accepted it and let me do the course. And then there was this girl who decided, I gave a little bit of a speech, so like we had to introduce ourselves. I had broken up with a girl in a 5-month relationship. It was actually one of the longest relationships I've had. It's fucking stupid, especially things I've vowed to, you know, and live my life, just putting that as a priority in my life. And I still do. I mean, I'm not going to not be myself. I mean, love is a big thing. At the moment, all I've got is my dog, so that's all I've got to cuddle. But I mean, you know, I need a human relationship as well. I need a girlfriend, but I need a wife. But yeah, like, so I said, look, I had some hard times. She was, like, it was a really good relationship. We were open about everything was understanding, and then just randomly out of the blue, she just came and just said, one day, she goes, oh, what is it with you? I'm like, what are you talking about? She goes, oh, you're a loser, blah blah blah. I'm like, well, explain what you're talking about. She goes, oh, you're a loser, you're gay, you're a loser. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not gay, you know that. And how am I a loser just because I got morals? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Some of the things that happen, reflecting on it, I mean, only one thing I could really pull up was she was sick one day and she turned around and she goes, you know, I'm independent, you know, don't look after me, rah, and just snapped. So I don't know what the fuck was with that. And she used to have secret nights and secret, you know, little days with her friends and stuff, so I don't know if something happened with her friends. I was like, yeah, well, fuck, you know, if you got friends you want to hang out with them, cool. Like, you know, it's not going to hurt to have a day away. So I was seeing her, like, you know, at least 4 times a week. So, 4 or 5 times a week. So if she wanted more time to herself, then cool, you know. But yeah, she ended up just snapping out of the blue. I'm just like, oh, what the fuck? So, we ended up breaking up. And her friends were stalking me and shit after that. So I don't even know if that's got something to do with this situation that I'm in. Yeah, so I gave that little sort of spiel, just went, yeah, look, you know, just kind of understand that. She had some friends that used to treat her like a bit of a tart, some male friends, and she was just like, look, you know, blah blah blah, that's the way they treat me. I was just like, look, fuck, you know, just don't do it around me, blah blah blah. She didn't actually hang out with them when I was with her, which was bizarre. Not that much. When it was just like very quick. It was like, you know, known that it was just like a drop in, drop out kind of thing, like, hey, how's it going, blah blah blah, and then see you later. She just had like a quiet drink with them or whatever, and then it was just like, yeah, see you later. And then it was just like, maybe they got jealous or something, or maybe they were standing over because she used to say that they used to follow her to work and shit. So yeah, I don't know what happened with that. So I don't want to think about it anyway. So yeah, it's basically this fat girl. Sorry about being sort of, it's not really prejudiced, but it's the only way I can describe it. She turned around and she goes, oh look, blah blah blah, this girl's a slut, rah rah rah, I'm gonna, you know, and she kept on slapping her on the ass. And this is all after I sort of gave that speech. I'm like, look, if you're gonna do that, do it after class. If you're gonna do it as friends, because I spoke to her and she goes, oh look, we're friends. I'm like, alright, cool, look, if you're gonna be friends, just can you do it after class, because I've already explained that, you know, I just won't tolerate that. And then it's alright joking around, but after all that stuff, and it sort of hits you hard, it's sort of, I don't want to be upset while I'm trying to learn, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, it's schooling. We're there to learn nursing and shit, so that should never be tolerated by students that are going into nursing, as far as I'm concerned, moralistically. And it shouldn't be, at least be in class either. And if they're going to do it, like, fuck, you know, have some respect, at least do it away from me, because they knew my situation. But they didn't. They would always kind of almost deliberately do it right in front of me. They would sort of go, oh, let's go to the other side of the class, and do it in front of me when I was on the other side of the class. So it was, like I said, it was deliberate. So I ended up leaving, because they had a big fight about it, and I was just like, look, fuck, you know, I'm not going to sit there and be picked on, especially with all the other bullshit that's happened in my life. And that was last year, and yeah, still looking to get myself back together, just because of all this bullshit. And I mean, I don't know if you guys have read my Twitter, @Jacobage, JACOBAGE. I mean, I got morals and common sense at the end of the day, and I'm a nice person. I'm just sick of the shit, and all that shit has put me in this situation of living in my car in the middle of the bush with my dog, with what, $100 to my name, living, well, I've got what, 4 cans of baked beans, packet of biscuits, and 5 apples, and $100. So, and my payments have been cut off by Centrelink because they don't understand and they don't give a shit. So thanks to everything, I'm fucking stuck, and all I'm looking is for a chance out, some sort of miracle to happen. I'm pushing for work, but people are just like, when they hear that you got no accommodation or whatever, it's like, man, well, Yeah, it's fucking, I mean, I can go have a shower and get my shit together, but I can't just leave my dog in the car, and I've got all my stuff in my car as well. It's like, you know, all my clothes and stuff. They take it offensive. It's like, well, fuck, you know, I've got to get back on my feet somehow, right? At least give me a chance. And I've even given ideas to people. One to the AIS, which I proposed to Steph Rice, but she was obviously busy with her Olympics and stuff, which is, I mean, fucking go for it, man. It's great to see fucking the clips of her swimming and shit. She's an amazing person. Of, like, you know, some shoe ideas, a game idea, a thing for the AIS to, you know, help people with, in schools with sports and training. Another one, you know, some skateboard ideas for skate companies, but, you know, I mean, one or two have been stolen. Like one from Rob Deerdeck, I'm like, man, I'm Australian, why can't I be Australian? And, like, you know, be like an alien because you bought Alien Workshop, you know, or you skated for Alien Workshop. I was telling him to buy it, which he did. Like, man, let me be a fucking alien and help me out, and fucking, you know, I don't want the fame or anything, but he'll get the fame, but that way it could be like a little fun thing and sort of get me back on my feet, get some spark back into my life and shit, you know. Man, like, fuck, I want to be in it again. I want to live life, but everyone and everything keeps on holding me back, man. It fucking sucks. If I had the opportunity, I mean, I'd train every day. I'm happy to be around skateboarding, obviously, every day. I'm happy to fucking do anything to help people, as long as it's positive. Man, I just want to fucking live again, get back on my feet, so I can eat properly and enjoy life, and eventually find a girl that I can have a girlfriend, and hopefully, you know, she'll end up being my wife, and, you know, just live life. Just be a regular dude that lives life. I don't want to be famous or nothing. I'd rather make someone famous by rescuing me, creating a miracle, and giving them fame by helping me, than me actually, you know, be fucking famous for it. I'm just a regular dude with morals. There's nothing fucking special about me. So yeah, if anyone out there wants to help me, fucking feel free, dude. Yeah, like I said, I'm in a state forest in the middle of Bulahdelah, New South Wales, so come find me, because I don't know how often my phone's going to be charged. I don't know how often my internet's going to be on and being charged, so that's probably the best way. I'll be floating somewhere around here. I can't really go too far. Like I said, I've got $100, what? Bit over a quarter of a tank of fuel, and 5 apples, 4 fucking tins of bacon and eggs, and a pack of biscuits, and some soda, some soft drink. So fuck, man, I can't really do much, can I? So yeah, man, please help. Live love and life, or live life and love is actually my motto. Because to me, that's how you do live life. You love. I mean, one good hand should deserve another, right? So, alright. Peace. Take care, everyone. Thank you.